Welcome. What up? What up? What up? Yeah, we doing weekend videos. Hey, we played on Thursday. No sense of letting the free time go by. Get this in before college football start. Take a look at gap runs versus zone runs, and we're gonna see which one's the better. Got a poll out there, so you jump in, vote in a poll which scheme you think is better, and we'll I'll present to you the case from Friday. I mean from Thursday, and we'll see what you guys think about it. But let's go ahead and dive into it. Appreciate you guys for joining me, and we'll get rolling. We'll get rolling. First thing, I pulled this chart from Next Gen Stats right here, and Derrick Henry had 13 carries, and that's what we're gonna focus on. We're gonna focus on only Derrick Henry runs, not the Lamar runs or only Derrick Henry runs. It's 13 runs, 47 yards for a touchdown, and you see the different paths he took on this scheme on this drawing right here. Touchdowns up the middle, but most of the green runs looked like they were kind of outside, and the yellow runs you had a few outside that short yardage, but he really had only one negative run or tackle for loss, and that was kind of up the middle. So when I was pulling the things, I think I saw one that was a -1. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a little exercise. Now I have the play type and the play scheme, which is on a gap, and then the play name that I think it is beside it. And at the bottom right, you're going to see like plus or minus whether the run was a positive or a negative. And so what we're going to try to do is keep up with the yardage gained on zone runs and keep up with the yardage gained on gap runs. Now I went to PFF, and PFF had us for 7 zone runs. I'm sorry, 7 gap runs and 6 zone runs. But when I went back and did it, I had that flipped. I have us for 7 zones and 6 gap. But it kind of depends on how you label it, but still it's pretty close. It's a one-off discrepancy. So let's kind of dive on into the film version. Let me get that loaded up for you. Then we're going to get this thing crunk up. So, and I think in me cutting it, this is about zone and gap, but I think we're going to mention 77 a bunch in this. So just, if you ain't here for 77 slander, you might want to log off because 77 is probably about to be slandered in this situation. So just get ready for it. Put myself back up here. Yeah, 77 is probably about to be slandered. So if you ain't here for that, sorry. Here's what it is. Let me get my phone out so I can see the chat while we doing this. While I'm loading, I'm getting my chat box up so I can see what y'all talking about while we doing this. Because I won't be able to see it on my screen, so I got to see it on my phone while we doing this. Got that up. Loading the program now. What up, Reg, Yolanda, Gatto, Urban Closer, Cam, Ravenville? Appreciate y'all. What up, Melvin? What's good? What's good? What's good? All right, so now we about ready. Let's go here. All right, so let's now we back. We ready. We ready. We ready. All right, gap, pin and pull. First gap play, pin and pull. Let me write this down. Gap and zone. You can follow along if you want. Take your notes if you want at home. Take your notes if you want at home. So gap +2. And the shotgun set. And even though we doing this study, we want to see why they succeeded or failed too. If you don't know what pin and pull is, I'll show you on the backside. What's 77 pip? I'm not sure, JB. If you remind me when we get to the end, I'll look it up. If you remind me when we get to the end, I'll look it up, JB. But pin and pull. So on pin and pull, the premise is for guys to kind of block down, then the uncover guys to pull. That's the premise. If you got a guy to you, if the play's going to the left, if there's a guy on your inside gap, the premise is to block down and for everybody else to pull. That's the premise. It's still a gap play though. You see Ryan block down. You see Voorhees pull. You see likely block down. That's pin and pull. And what Voorhees' responsibility is the first different color show up, you pop it. You see Mark come with a block at the last minute too on Bolton. So the premise is right. Linderbaum and Stanley do a good job of sealing that guy. Likely's doing a good job of blocking. Mark does a good job of blocking. Voorhees with the kick out. Somebody gets ran up out of there. Oh, Likely. Likely eventually gets blown up because he's getting blocked by two guys right here. Because you'll see an opening starts to happen right here off Voorhees block, but then you just see Likely come flying in there and kind of mess it up. See him fly. See, he actually likely tackles Henry. Now that I see it. And two guys attack Likely, and he ended up tackling Henry. So that's one of the gap runs. Go to the next one. All right, first zone runs. Inside zone, they got +1 on it. +1. What's the personnel? 2 tights. So that's 22 personnel. 2 tights, 2 backs. How did he even get 1? Did he get 1? Did I have this mislabel? Yeah, he got 1. He did get 1 barely. Oh, and he got 1 on straight lean because this is the Macari play. Watch what Chris Jones does to Macari on this one. Watch this dude right here. That's crazy. Crazy. And the premise on this is inside zone. We're doing inside zone left. We should double that. Go up to backer. Take care of that. Try to get up to that backer. Take care of that. And since he's head up, that's Macari's guy. Falele got to step and then just go straight on up. Kolar got to try to cut that backside guy off. That's what should happen. Should. Let's see what does happen. I got one more to get off. See what does happen. You got the double with Voorhees and Linderbaum. Likely blocks out, which I feel like they should have, because it's confusion with him and Stanley. Likely goes straight out, and Stanley don't attack 51. So that's another problem right there. That 51 is unblocked. That shouldn't happen. Likely should have taken that dude, and then Stanley could have went on up to 23. We were about this outside guy at another time. But now they got a +1, and Ricard has to take the first thing to show up. Unless it's designed for Ricard to take on that defensive lineman. I don't think it is, even though Ricard probably got cleanup. That's a good thing with Ricard because you never let another color cross your face. Even if that's not your responsibility, you never let another color cross your face. But then, on the backside, because even though I think the assignments are messed up front side, you still got a hat on the front side. The backside what messes up. Falele trying to get the second level. I don't know if he got his hand on him or not. I can't really tell. But then Macari gets straight swim move by Chris Jones, and cutback is null and void. The thing is, if Macari gets anything on Chris and holds him here, there's a cutback lane. If he can get anything on Chris and just stalemates, the cutback's right there. It's anything. It's a clear cutback. All right. Go to play 3. I'm sorry. Play 3 is outside. This second zone play. Outside zone, got +6 on this. So +6 on zone. All right. Henry's presence has to be exploited. Most definitely, Blitzbacker. The right side need prayer. We need major help. Yeah, the right side is definitely that. But outside zone. Let's see what we did right on this one. So +6. And I feel like this should be a staple. I feel like this should be the staple. Y'all know that. Y'all know how I feel about outside zone and what we do. I love the little cutback thing and record any different color show up, you get it. Whatever color show up in whatever gap, you get it. And it also sets a natural cutback too. With the record, the little hopping back, that's a natural cutback too. If he needs to cut back. So if Derrick Henry needs to cut back and somebody lost on the play side, he'd have a natural lead blocker with record on that cutback. But let's focus on the play side. Makari, good job of running your feet. Good job of running your feet, Makari. All right, Falele. Like this little shuffle step. Like, why are you shuffling? Turn and run. Outside zone, that little shuffle. Turn and run. But that little shuffle step can cost you leverage. It can cost you leverage. It didn't cost him on this play, though. It didn't cost him on this play. I will say that. That little shuffle don't cost him on this play. But I've been calling the shuffle out for a minute on it. Linderbaum. That Linderbaum turn and run. Makari should be doing the same. Makari and Linderbaum's feet should mirror. They should mirror. Because honestly, the responsibility is Linderbaum and Falele, their responsibility is this guy and this guy. So their steps should be mirrored. And if he goes inside, Linderbaum will take him. If he goes outside, Falele keep running his feet and take him. And whichever one don't block him, go up to the linebacker. It's that simple. But their feet should mirror. They should be exactly the same. And that little stutter, little hop is what's, I don't know how the O-line coach feels about it, but it's burning me up as a former O-line coach. Now, the hops by Voorhees is different because he's trying to fight to get on that right side. Voorhees is trying to fight to get on that right side and cut that defender off. The reason he not turning and running is a totally different story. Totally different story. He's trying to fight because Voorhees needs to get his head on this side. Totally different story. But Henry finds a gap. Who actually splits it? Falele. See, Falele did some good. He eventually ran, and the defender gave up and just tried to get back inside. He turned it, and that's where the defense split at right there. A good job by Falele. And really you just let this dude make a decision. His decision gonna be wrong if the back know what he's doing. No matter what decision he make, his decision gonna be wrong. And then let the back be a back. If the back got any common sense, you got +6 on something simple. And it wasn't even blocked great. Wasn't even blocked great. Play 4. Gap number 2 is GT counter. GT, for those that don't know, and I ain't trying to insult y'all intelligence, the GT stands for guard tackle counter. You can have a bunch of different counters labeled as a bunch of different stuff, and you'll see a different label here later on, and I'll talk about that when we get to it. But this is guard tackle counter. Is it a read on that? Yeah, he reading it. And the end got slow played. Okay. So guard tackle is Falele and Makari pulling. That's what the GT stand for. I appreciate the super GT. Appreciate the sticker. Appreciate the dub. The $2. Appreciate it. Let me put my headphones so I can hear. Just in case something go down. I need to be able to hear. Get my headphones. Give me 1 second, people. I don't know if I got my speakers plugged up or my headphones.
It's a respect thing.
Oh, there you go, right there. Okay, I heard that. My speakers plugged up. We good. We good. Appreciate you, G. Isaac. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right, let's keep rolling. +3 on this gap. All right, getting your guard and your tackle pulling. So what you should get, you should get a down block by Linderbaum, down block by Voorhees, down block by Ronnie, helping Voorhees to this linebacker here. Ricard should be down blocking, but I'm not sure if he's going to arc on this or not. I'm not sure. But Ricard should be down blocking as well. You're going to get Falele pulling to kick out the end man on line of scrimmage. Macari wrapping to this front side linebacker. That's what you should get. But the only question mark I have is what Ricard's doing. And in this situation, he probably is going to down block. Let's see. He arcing. So he was what I said at first. He arcing to the next guy. That leaves Falele to kick the end man, which is 94. 94 does a good job of squeezing it. Does a good job of squeezing it and not being allowed to kick it out. If he runs upfield, he makes it easy for Falele, but he just attacks him with his inside shoulder. Squeezes that gap. And so now with him squeezing that gap, there's really nowhere for, anybody to fit up in there. It's barely. And then I think Ronnie let the defender cross his face. Watch Ronnie right here. You can't let that guy cross his face. Look, focus on Ronnie. Got the down block. Then the linebacker jumps over into the gap where we're trying to go, and that's bad leverage because Macari's trying to get to this guy because that's who the front side backer was. And when Ronnie let his guy cross his face and get over there, Macari just runs into a brick wall. So Voorhees fighting for his life, and there's really nowhere to go. Derek just jumps in there and tries to get what he can get. And he gets 3 out of it. But still, it's busted. All right, play 5. This is the touchdown. This is ISO. And I think ISO is a gap run because you get the down blocks. So what you should get on this is down. Oh, wrong graphic. My bad. You should get down. Center probably gonna go to Chanel. Down. You should get out. And then leave this guy solo. Leave this guy solo for the fullback. And you isolating the linebacker. That's what you're doing. Isolating the linebacker on the fullback, and then the running back should hit off of that block. That's what ISO is.
It's a respect thing.
Appreciate you, P. P says, do you think they gave up on the run too early? I think that's what it should be. Have they gave up on the run too early? No, I don't think so. I think it's just tough to make plays or make play calls when your line is just messing up, I think. But this one was one of the successful plays, so we'll see. Got your double by Linderbaum and Falele. And I know people say, well, Falele should have came off to the linebacker, but no, that's not his responsibility. Their responsibility, Linderbaum and Falele, is that guy's right in front, right there, and this guy right here. They want this guy free so Ricard can block him. Because then you see you got, on his right side, you got him, Macari, and likely responsible for those two. And so you isolate Nick Bolton, and you just basically going to run off of Ricard's block. If Ricard kick him out, Derrick Henry go inside. Ricard kick him in, Derrick Henry bounce and go outside. So you isolating 32. Yes, Sean. Yes, Sean. I do. It's in the description. It's in the description.
Respect. It's a respect thing.
And there you go. So a great block by Ricard. Using the right shoulder, proper technique. Good job by Macari. Good job by Likely. Good job by Linderbaum. Good job by Falele. Just creating it. Touchdown. So +5 on gap. Go to the next one. Man, we already at 20 minutes. Sheesh. outside zone. Which again is what I'm thinking we should trend to. But after the first week, I'm gonna still say I feel like we should do it. But it just didn't look very great the first week. Outside zone number 3, +1. Let's see. Let's go across the board. Kolar. Kolar steps not good. Kolar got that Falele shuffle going. Look at Kolar steps and look at Ronnie steps. They should look the same. Because technically Kolar should just bang on this dude right here and then work to the outside and let Ronnie overtake that. And his steps don't say that. Kolar steps don't say that unless somebody's coming from out of the screen to crack down on this edge guy here. And I don't think there is. So Kolar steps are bad to me right here anyway. Let's keep rolling. All right, Voorhees. Like, Voorhees step's not good. You take the J step, and this right foot, that right foot got to go straight towards his nuts so you can try to get leverage. And you got to try to get to his midpoint and then start trying to work the torque. Got to start trying to work the torque to get around. Linderbaum I can't really see, but I can tell Linderbaum going. Get over here to Falele. Now y'all see how good Falele feet is on this one? Why his feet don't look like that when we go to the right? This is great footwork by Falele. Like that's how your feet supposed to look on outside zone. These first couple steps. Like, this is how Kolar's feet should look on the same play. Just like this. Just like Falele. That's great for Falele. Look at the J step and look at that right foot. Straight to the midpoint of that dude. And so now he can work. Now, he's obviously not as strong enough because the guy kind of fights him off. But this first part of this, it's good for Falele. Now his strength and his technique starts to fail. But he's where he need to be. Look, he's where he need to be. And all he got to do at this point is just turn your body that way. And you cut the defense in half. Because his helmet's on the right side. All he got to do is just turn his body away from the run, and he splits the defense in half. That's it. That's it. So it's in him. He just don't do it consistently enough. Because this is a good rep for him. Except for right here at the end. He just don't finish the play. All right, next one. Gap number 4. GH counter. So I told you it was different. GH counter. Now, because of where Ricard's lined up, I'm calling him an H-back. So this GH would be H-back. Or whatever you call the sniffer or whatever, however you want to do it. So it's GH counter. That's why the letters go different. Gary Bear say he's soft, coach. We got 6 on this one. So you should get down. This should be a good view right here. You should get down block here, down block, down block. Should be one of these should try to come up to Bolton 32. All right, since Roger is not pulling, he should stab and hinge. That's going to be a tough stab on Chris Jones. His job is to try to get inside of Chris Jones and meet Linderbaum and close this gap and then work back outside. That's going to be tough to get inside of Chris Jones because keep in mind, Falele gone. Ricard's gone. So they got to try to close this gap off before Chris Jones can penetrate. Let's see if they get it done. See, they did decent. They did a decent job right here. Decent job of stabbing and hinging, closing that gap off before Chris can get there. So you get your down block going right here. Ronnie's trying to work there. So now you need to kick out, which is Falele's in perfect position to do that. And you need Ricard to come through and bust 23, and you look like you got to play. Look like you got to play. Let's see if it works out that way. Falele, 54, tries to jump inside. Falele logs him, which is fine. Ricard notices it. He bounces outside. They do a good job of feeling. Wherever 35 came from, did a good job. Oh, that's a corner. So now at this point, this is all Derrick Henry. So it wasn't blocked bad. Wasn't blocked bad. Wasn't blocked bad at all. Not at all. Soft. Every time I look down at my phone for the comments, all I see is soft. Every time I look down, spelled different ways. What up, Banks? All right, zone number 4 is duo. And duo looks a lot like inside zone, but you're just trying to get a bunch of double teams and probably leave the edge guy on the line of scrimmage to tackle. A lot of times that's the corner or some safety or something like that. You're trying to get a bunch of double teams in the middle and you just let the back be a back. So on this we got +9. This is a zone run, zone concept. All right. So you just anybody that's like in a tween gap, you're trying to double team. And then whenever the linebackers activate, meaning they come toward the line of scrimmage, you come off and take them. That's the basic concept of duo. That ain't all the nuances of it, but that's the basic concept of it. So you got your double here. I don't know why. Oh, I guess because the dude flipped inside. Guess what? The dude flipped inside. And you see Voorhees trying to come off to Bolton, but Chris Jones holding him, which is illegal. Like Chris Jones doing that's illegal. It's tough to catch, but it is illegal. It's a great defensive tactic. It happened the first time it happened to me as a high school coach. I was losing my mind. I couldn't figure out why my lineman couldn't get up to second level. And when we finally got the tape back, I was watching it because the defensive lineman holding me instead of them just telling me they're on the sideline. Me about to blow a gasket, wondering why they couldn't get to second level, and them not just saying, "Well, they holding me, coach." I had to wait and see it on tape the next day. But everybody looks straight. Ricard kind of got punched in the mouth on that. I love the fight in Linderbaum. Let me get this arrow off. Look at Linderbaum right here. This is Linderbaum. I don't know if y'all can see that little small circle. Linderbaum right here. Look at the fight in Linderbaum. Just watch. Watch the fight in it. Because dude just slanging him around, really. But constantly moving his feet, constantly gaining leverage. And that wrestling stuff kick in. And look, Derrick Henry cut right off of that fight. Go to Falele. Falele checks the double. They don't need it. Now when he gets on guys like this, when Falele gets a chance to get on backers or big safeties or whatever, he should annihilate them. And he gets the guy on the ground. But at this point, if I'm 380, trust me, I'm getting my pancake. I'm about to suplex this dude. I'm about to land on him and everything. I'm about to do some O-line stuff. If you played O-line or been a D-tackle, you know what some O-line stuff is. I'm going to get you on the ground. It's about to happen. It's about to happen. What up, Daniel? It's about to happen. So you know what it is. So it is. Watch. But that's duo. That's duo for +9. All right. Next. All right, duo again. Oh, we had success finna. Let's run it again. Kansas City say, nope, not this time. So -1 on duo. Let's see what happened the second time. Didn't have as much success this time. So again, we trying to double team. Again, trying to double team the guys in the gaps. And then make whoever's on the edge be tacklers. But this time, the linebackers don't wait. Linebackers recognize it, and they shoot them gaps. They shoot them same gaps where them double teams should be. They shoot them. And Y'all see it. Y'all see it. Remember I talked about as soon as the linebacker trigger, you got to come off? Y'all see it. If you see it, let me know. Nah, JB, we hadn't gone back to it yet. What up, D Boulder? If you see it, let me know. If you wonder where my picture came from that I tweeted maybe late last night, came from this play right here. I feel like I should play a Meg Thee Stallion song. Some kind of twerk song should be playing right now. The game of football can't be played down there. We had somebody last year that had a nickname because they was always bent over like this. So we about to have part 2. You about to have part 2. About to have part 2. So -1 for duo. All right, gap. GH counter again. This time you got Voorhees and Ricard pulling. You got +6. So now you should get a stabbing hinge on the opposite side from Ronnie and who is this? Linderbaum trying to keep. I think that's Chris Jones again. Let's see the stabbing hinge work on this side. Good job. Great job with the stabbing hinge again, keeping Chris Jones out of there. So now with Chris Jones activated, if 97 tries to follow Ricard, it's up to Ronnie to cut him off. That's a great job of stabbing the hinge. Great job by those two. She's down blocked by Falele. Head's in the right spot right now. See if he can maintain that. I will tell you this. Macari's head is not in the right spot already. Macari's head is not in the right spot. I'll go ahead and tell you that. Let's keep it rolling. All right. Boy, he's a good job of going around. Now Macari's got good leverage. Kick out by Voorhees, by Ricard on a 4. Come on, Macari. See, now Macari back in the wrong spot. So let's take a look at Macari. Bad, good, losing, across the face. Bad. So if Macari keeps his guy on this side, and the way Ricard got this kick out, and the way this happened over here, Derek's running. It's little stuff. Derek's running. Little stuff. Hand placement, head placement, leverage. Man, it's from from a different person every time. So it can't just say, hey, this is one person that's messing it up. Let's go to the next one. We got 3 more. What's Henry average? 4.6 or something like that. I don't know. I don't have it in front of me. 13 carries for 41 yards, maybe. You can divide that up. I think that's what it is. I'll go back and check at the end. Play 6, outside zone, +1. Next to nothing on that. Let's see where we at. Outside zone weak. All right, let's start on Macari's side. Great job by Macari. Great initial step. Now, see, we're going right. We're going right. Falele resorts back to that choppy stuff. That first step is good. That left foot should go further toward the defender and try to work that outside leverage because, see, now he's lost. He has no chance of getting the outside leverage. Look at the defender in his gap and starting to press him out. Falele done lost his rep already because on that second foot, the second step. First step is fine. That second step cannot be that short. That second step has to be toward that guy's midpoint. And he got to try to get that left hand at that midpoint and try to run him. And if he can take that right arm and down that punch him and turn him, he'll split the defense. That second step is killing him. Going right, Because now he pressed out already. And so now at this point, because this is what McCarr is supposed to do. McCarr is supposed to kick out because he can't hook that guy. At this point, he got to cut back already. Let's see what we'll say. Got a $5 super chat from Michael Reed. He says, how would you feel about bringing in Tyree Phillips for interior O-line help? The former Raven Tyree Phillips, is that who we talking about? If that is who we talking about, I don't know how much more of a upgrade is that, honestly. I don't know how much better he's gotten since he left, if that's who we're talking about. But I don't know how much more of a upgrade is that, honestly. Yeah, 'cause I don't know how, I haven't, kept up with him, so I don't, if that's what we're talking about. So I don't know how much more of an upgrade that is. But this, bad technique. Bad technique. Linderbaum, where he need to be, doing what he need to do. Boy, he's not. Bad feet. Bad feet. It's not an individual block. It's a team block. Zone is team blocking. It's bad feet. He treating it like an individual block. He left Ronnie no surface to get on this block with him. So Ronnie got to hit him in the side. And at this point, because Ronnie and Voorhees are responsible for this guy and this guy, and the way Voorhees take this block on, Ronnie has no chance of blocking that linebacker. No chance. He has no angles or anything to get to that linebacker. Zero. See? The way he took that on as an individual block, Ronnie can't get to that linebacker. So now there's no cutback. And it's just like it's little things. Little things all the way down the line. Little things all the way down the line. Let's go to the next one. Zone read number 7. Let's play number 7. Zone +5. So this is the last zone concept. This is the last zone concept. This straight zone read. Old school, high school, middle school, pee-wee football zone read. You see Lamar looking at the end man line of scrimmage. He chose to kind of surf and stay. You hand the ball off. And you basically two-man the end man on line of scrimmage. That's all. This is the basis of high school football around the world. Right, definitely around the country. Straight zone read. We're reading 51. You're getting an arc by is this Mark? I think this is Mark. You're getting an arc by Mark. Oh, that's bars right there. Arc by Mark. Bars. So you're going to, this is your read. Why is that so small? Let me make this bigger. There we go. All right, okay. This is the read guy, 51. So Lamar's eyes going straight to him. So if he goes down with the Henry read, Lamar will pull it, and he'll have a lead blocker and Mark. If he surfs and kind of stays, Lamar give it, and Derrick Henry will hit it and come downhill, which is what happens. And he just falls in and makes the tackle. So he kind of slow plays it, kind of plays it perfectly. So at this point, it's either pick your poison. Do I want Derrick Henry carrying the ball, or do I want Lamar? That's the question he asking himself by the technique he playing, or by the technique that the coach is telling him to play. Do I want Lamar Jackson to run it, or do I want Derrick Henry to run it? So he kind of slow plays it and stays. And then Lamar just hand it off. And then as a quarterback, if you're ever in question of what the defensive end is doing, you give it. If there's no clear picture of what the defensive end is doing, you give the ball every time. At least that's the way I taught it, and that's the way I was taught. But as far as the O-line blocking, get the double team in the middle. Ronnie's going to the backer like he's supposed to. That means blocked up fine. You got a hat on a hat. And you might think, it's crazy that Ronnie's out here, but the guy he's blocking chose to try to avoid him out there. So there it is. And this is the read man right here. So we got to, basically because of his decision, we got a 5-yard pickup, which is good. Nothing wrong with 5 yards. Every play can't be a heavy hitter. But if it's 1st and 10, we get 5 on that, I take 2nd and 5 all the time. Let's jump over here to the last play. Last play, I think this was 4th down. Yeah, this was 4th down. Pin and pull on the gap. And I almost didn't get it. It was 4th and 1, and we went forward with Henry. We ran pin and pull, ran the gap scheme. Got 2 out of it. So we're trying to get blocked downs by some of the interior guys, or the exterior guys. Block down there. Trying to get a block here. Trying to pull Roger. And then you got Ricard coming too. And basically we're going to try to hit this thing out here somewhere, like an off tackle play. But I'm just going to skim through and y'all let me know when y'all see it. It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. So frustrating. It's 4th and 1. Why are we letting guys go at the line of scrimmage? Situational football. I ain't gonna even say he got whooped. He just didn't know the assignment. He didn't get whooped. He just didn't know the assignment. And at the last minute, he tried to throw a chicken wing out there. It's too late for that now. Luckily, Henry's 250 and he was able to stiff arm this dude and get the first down. This is crazy. It's just crazy. Let's add these up. 2, 5, 10, 16, 22, 24. On the other side, 1, 7, 8, 17. Minus 1 is 16. Plus 1 back to 17. Plus 5 is 22. All right, so these are the results of the gap versus zone. So what we have is 22 yards on gap runs. I'm sorry, I said it wrong. 24 yards on gap runs, 22 yards on zone runs, which is fairly even. The ratio was fairly even, which is, which one of these are going to be our staple? Which ones y'all think should be the staple? That's what we should be questioning. And obviously, even though the emphasis of this was zone run versus gap runs, y'all saw part of the issue, or most of the issue, because you would see, I don't recall mistakes by Ronnie in this film session. Maybe 1 or 2 things by Voorhees. I don't recall a mess up by Linderbaum in this film session. Not saying in the game, but Falele you definitely saw a lot of, and McCarr you saw a little bit of too. The dominant name in this run session was Falele. And yes, we ran the ball for 1,800 yards the other day, but most of that was 8. Our primary guy had 46 yards. Nah, that ain't what he brought him here for. He's not here to get 46 yards and Lamar have 120 or whatever he had. That need to be flip-flop. So this got to be figured out. And I know I destroyed that we figured it. This got to be figured out. It's clear as day to me. I don't know if y'all see it like I see it, but I don't get paid the big bucks like they do. But it's clear as day to me that something needs to be done. And so it's about that time to go enjoy some football. I see a $2 super chat that Harbaugh overrated, too much analytics. I believe that, Darren. I believe that. Matter of fact, y'all hit that like button. I owe y'all some points. Hold on 1 second. I owe y'all some points. Don't go nowhere yet. Get y'all points before we get up out of here. No problem, Yolanda. I appreciate it. Appreciate that. Don't leave yet. Y'all got to get your points. Got to get your points up. Again, thank you, Yolanda. Appreciate it. Darren said Harbaugh have too much analytics. Appreciate that one too as well. Appreciate it. Got that from Michael. All right, let me get over here where I need to be. Had to close that program for y'all. Let's see where we at. We on one. All right, we on 48. All right, 2 more likes to get you 75 points. Everybody should have hit the like button when they came in here, but they didn't. So 25 given. 50 given. What up, Tundra? What up, Tanja? How you doing? If y'all got a few questions, I'll stay for another 5 minutes or so and answer questions. If you got questions, put a Q in front of your question, and I'll see it in the comments, and I'll answer the question. If you got questions, let's do that for about 5 minutes. We'll do that for about 5 minutes. Get my box up so I can see it. All right, now I get my box up so I can see. You got questions. All right. Scrolling. What's the PFF? What's 77 PFF grade? Okay, let me look real quick. Let me see. What's 77's PFF grade? By player. It was 60. It was 60, JB. It was 60. 60 offensive. Pass block grade was 66.8. Run block was 55. Daniel says, who you got? Texas or Michigan? Texas. Hook 'em horns. Brownie, how does Cleveland look in these schemes? I wish I could tell you. I would have to go back and look at the games from last year. From Yolanda, do you think the Ravens will allow Cleveland to start next week? I don't think so, because it'd be politicking. Seems like a lot of politicking up there. Ebola with the same thing as being Cleveland an option? Probably not. Ben Cleveland must have did something horrible off the books. He did something horrible. Got to be. Because it's crazy that I just don't see it. Like, what he doing? Don't see it at all. Let's see what else. Be the change. Is it worth going mainly RPO against KC to involve hearing more? That's a good question. Their linebackers are so active and so fast. RPO would be tough on them because their linebackers are extremely active, extremely fast, and we don't have, other than Zay, we ain't got that guy that can definitely win at the line of scrimmage. Other than Zay, we'd have to take Zay and make him primarily the RPO guy because we ain't got like them shifty route runners that can win definitely inside. And if they block up the run, and then you got a man that can stop that RPO guy from running routes, you stuck. Attitude says, Coach, you think in order for us to win Super Bowl and others got to call out Harbs? The only person that matters with what Harbs think is Bashadi. If Bashadi cool with Harbs, whatever we think, it don't even matter. It don't even matter. If Bashadi cool with Harbs, a lot of the stuff that we be talking about don't even matter. Speaking of truth says, will Cleveland be a better option than Brick Feet? I think so. I've thought so since the beginning of training camp. I think Orr would get better, Boom Raven. I do. I think Orr would be better. Just like McDonald had to get his feet wet. And go from there. That's all I think. They just had to get his feet wet. All right. I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate everybody that came through. As you see the credits rolling, we had the super chats from, matter of fact, I'm gonna just shout them out real quick while they come through. We had super chats from G. Isaac. He started us all. From P. Brown, from Sean Coles, from Michael Reed. Appreciate it. Is that it? Yep, that's all I got. Let me refresh this and make sure. Make sure I ain't leave nobody out, because I'm finna roll. Finna go watch a little football. Yeah, G. Isaac I got. P. Brown I got. Sean I got. Michael I got. Hey, tell a friend. This where your best content at. Get us over here. We inching on closer to 10K. But about 150 away. So y'all help me out. Get there by week 3, by week 4. And I'll see y'all soon, man. I got more videos coming out. Don't forget about the call-in show Monday. So let all this fester. And then Monday we're going to get it out on the call-in show at 6 o'clock. And that's it for me, y'all. I'll see y'all soon, man. Peace and love.